what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Raking Profit, and in today's video, I want to share with you 5 items that I flipped in my eBay to Amazon business. If you didn't know, in 2024, I sold over $700,000, paid myself almost $130,000 like in my bank account from my business. And essentially what I do is I buy items from eBay and I flip them on Amazon. So today, what I want to share with you as I go downstairs to make an espresso is I want to share with you 5 items that I've actually purchased in January, so last month, that actually sold in February this month. So I'm going to break down all the sales. I'm going to show screenshots on eBay, on Amazon, and break it all down. But first, let's make an espresso. And I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to meet Gizmo, but this is my little blue-eyed Himalayan ragdoll. What do you say? You ready to show everybody some items that I purchased on eBay to flip on Amazon? Yeah? All right, first let's make that espresso though. All right, so now that we've got the espresso ready, we are ready for a taste test. Ooh, I like that. So let's get into the video, and I can't wait to share with you some of these items that I flipped from eBay to Amazon. All right, so let's jump right in to the good stuff. And also real quick, I do want to let you know, if you're wondering, like, how are you finding all these items on eBay? Are you manually sourcing them? Like, do you have a replens list on a spreadsheet? Like, what are you doing? Well, in a nutshell, I use this software that I've developed, which is called Replen Catcher. And essentially what Replen Catcher allows you to do is create a filter. You know, so for example, you can go in and you can set a filter for DVDs, and maybe you want to source DVDs that are 30% ROI, $10 profit, that have at least 5 sales a month, under 150,000 rank. All you have to do is set up that filter and literally hit search, and Replen Catcher will pretty much aggregate hundreds of thousands of DVDs in that example. And then you can literally just go in, buy them outright, or make best offers. And you can do this for DVDs. You can do this for books. You can do this for electronics, tools, board games, toys, all different types of items. And then also Replen Catcher has a second feature that essentially allows you to like upload a custom list. So say you have like a bunch of items you've sold from thrift stores or library sales that you want to track on eBay and be notified when they become available at a certain price or ROI or profit. You can upload that custom list and then have Replen Catcher monitor it for you. So all these items that I'm going to share with you guys, I've purchased using Replen Catcher. And yeah, just want to get that out of the way because I know a lot of people are going to be asking. All right, let's get into the video. Let's share these 5 sales. All right, so let's jump into flip number 1. So the first item that I sold, I purchased it on January 1st. So if you take a look in this bottom left-hand corner, you could see my eBay screenshot. You can see what I paid in total. That's with shipping included. The order number, you could see when it was delivered to my prep center. So this item actually took a while for them to ship out, which is interesting. So I ordered it on January 1st. This one took a couple of weeks, which is weird. Usually it only takes like 4 or 5 or 6 days. I didn't even notice that until now. But I paid $19.99. You can see the seller that I purchased it from, Tour of Duty. This is a brand new sealed DVD. And you can see that I sold this item. So it actually got, $19.99. So you can see that in our custom SKU that it got listed as purchased on January 2nd, even though it was January 1st. But you could see SKU LO. So that's Little Owl Prep. So we purchased it for $19.99. My virtual assistant, Gia, purchased it on Replen Catcher, shipped it to Little Owl Prep, and then it sold for $48.29. So at the time of this recording, I believe it's February 26th. So all these items have sold within the last couple of days. So this took about a month, maybe a month and a couple of weeks, from $19.99 to $48.29. And this isn't a super fast seller. Like, take a look at the screenshot I took on SellerAmp. Only 3 sales a month, not very popular. $10 profit, 50% ROI, and not a home run, not like something that's like, you know, going to get you rich. But if you flip these things all the time, you know, even if you just flip 5 DVDs per day that make you $10 profit, that's $50 a day. If you did it every single day, that's $1,500 a month profit. And this profit 1007 also includes the $2 average I have to pay my team to source it based on their salaries and how many items we source. the $2 prep center fee. It's a little all prep to, obviously we drop ship it to them. They receive it, they prep it, they ship it for us. So that fee, and then also expenses as well, like all the Amazon fees. So the only thing this doesn't include, obviously, is like, taxes and stuff like that, maybe like office supplies. But, this isn't net, but it's, it's profit. It's total profit. So yeah, $10 profit. Not a super popular item again, but the reason this item only took about a month and a couple of weeks to sell, even though it was only selling 3 times a month, is these items are discontinued. You're not going to find them at the store. You're not going to find 20, 30 sellers on the listing. So even though it's only selling 3 times a month, if you could be one of the 2, 3, 4, 5 sellers on the listing and you price it right and you have a good repricer, I use Be Cool Repricer, the buy box is going to rotate. And as long as you're first, second, third place in line, that buy box is going to rotate and you're going to get that sale. So pretty cool flip right here, $10 profit. And that's flip number 1, a brand new sealed DVD. All right, so let's get into flip number 2. So this is a Lego item. I know a lot of people might be, a little jealous because it's a little harder now to get ungated. Amazon's starting to require you to give them 50 quantity on an invoice to get ungated, or 100. Matter of fact, I posted in my book selling Facebook group. It's a free group. You could check it out. I'll put a link down below. But I posted a screenshot that I saw in another group. They were requiring 100,000 quantity of a product to get ungated. I don't know if somebody fell asleep on the keyboard and hit too many zeros. But if you could sell Lego, huge opportunity to flip items from eBay to Amazon. Huge opportunity. I flip a ton of Lego, and this is a Lego City item that we purchased on January 13th. And you can see in this example, this only took 5 days to get delivered to my prep center. So prep center received it January 18th. We paid $86.88. This is a brand new sealed Lego set. And this ended up selling within a couple days. All these items, like I said, have sold within a couple days of. Today is February 27th. So maybe this was the 24th or 25th. So it took a little bit, maybe a little more than a month or even about a month, because once my prep center receives the item, it doesn't instantly get packaged up and shipped out. We have to wait for enough products to hit the prep center. Plus, there's other customers who use the prep center. So it could take anywhere from 5 to 12 days for the prep center to finally receive it, package it up, ship it out, and then, it could take a little bit of time for it to get checked in and available for sale on Amazon's end. So this might have actually taken less than a month to sell after all was said and done. Paid $86.88, sold it for $175.99. And I know people are going to say, oh, this isn't real. This is fake. You can't do it. A guy commented on my YouTube the other day, you don't have an account. It's suspended a long time ago. You're scamming people. And it's like, what do you think? I got a freaking full-time Photoshop editor that just goes in and Photoshops everything. We're Photoshopping the eBay invoice right here. We're Photoshopping the my actual Amazon sale. I would really have to be a lunatic to have to do that. But some people are going to think that it is what it is, but these are actual screenshots. You can see I sold this. You can see my custom SKU, who sourced it. Anyways, $86.88 to $175.99, $48 profit on this item, 55% ROI. Pretty quick flip, to be able to make 55% on my $86 investment within about a month period of time. And look, this isn't a sexy item. 300,000 rank, only 3 sales a month. You guys are going to see the trend. I am not selling super popular, super fast selling, super I don't even know how to say it. I'm not flipping Nike items or items selling 100, 200, 300 times a month. There are a few that I flip just because maybe it's a tool or electronic that I've sold a ton of times and I'm not worried about. There's nuances to all of this. But 80, 90% of the items I flip, they're going to be discontinued. They're going to be flying under the radar. They're going to be slower selling. And the reason I do that is because I don't have legitimate invoices. If I get a Section 3 or a counterfeit or an IP complaint, I'm going to pretty much have to roll with the punches. I'm not going to be able to beat it. So I actually got a counterfeit complaint just recently, and it took my score from, 290 down to 260. I've had it before where I've had a score of 250 and took it down to 220. It typically drops your score for me about 30 points. So you got to do enough volume to kind of take a hit on your account. And if you're a new seller, a new seller, you might be at a 200 Amazon account health rating. And if you get a counterfeit, you're going to go into the yellow. So this kind of is a little bit of a risky game where you have to do enough volume. And I just try to fly under the radar. I try to go after items that aren't likely to get counterfeits. I got a counterfeit in a DVD. It was a stupid item my team purchased. It was literally our fault. We effed up big time. And they heard from me, and I told them, we can't do that again. And I can make another video about what it was. But yeah, not a bad flip right here. Flip number 2. Flip number 3 is a Lexmark ink cartridge. Now, this is another brand you will have to get ungated in, and I think it's well worth it. I know it's harder to get ungated nowadays, but sometimes it's worth it to spend $500 to $1,000. I know it sucks, and it's crazy to say that now, to get ungated in a brand if you can flip them all the time. Now, I really don't recommend spending $500 to $1,000 to get ungated. If you could find items that are cheap or inexpensive. Like a lot of people used to get ungated with like Lego and Disney, like back to back, like in the same invoice, because they'd buy like a cheap little Lego Disney like keychain from lego.com, and they only require 10 of a quantity, and they could pick them up for $2, or for $20 you get ungated. But now the environment's changed a little bit. Amazon's starting to require more. Some of the listings are only 10 still. Like some of the products you need 10 quantity to get ungated, but some of them might be hard gated. Some might require 50 or 100 or a ridiculous amount. But a lot of people are like, they say in the comments, like, Steve, like, I can't do this. Like, why are you sharing this stuff? Like, what, like, this is too hard. Or like, why are you sharing items that I can't flip? Guys, I can only share the items that I'm selling. I know there's a lot of fake gurus out there who like to make things up and talk about things or not share like their actual orders. Like, I'm not here to convince you to do what I'm doing. I need you guys to understand that. Like, I know you're so used to watching YouTube channels where people are like trying to convince you, like, do eBay to Amazon, like do thrifting. Like, it's not the case. Like, I'm just sharing what's working for me. And I know 100 people are going to watch these videos, and maybe it's only going to help 1 or 2 people, but it is what it is. I can't share things that I'm not doing. This is what I do. This is my life. This is my business. I know some of you guys want me to do other things or share things that like I'm not doing, but how can I ethically share something with you guys that I'm not doing? I can only share with you the types of items that I'm flipping. So I flip toner, I flip ink, I flip DVDs, I flip board games, I flip video games. I can't teach you how to flip furniture. I can't share with you how to flip cell phones. I can't share with you, how to do bulk book Gaylord pickups. And I don't do that, guys. Some of you guys just don't understand. These are the types of items that I flip right here. Nothing crazy, but I flip these types of items all the time. Only 14 sales a month, plus it's a variation listing, so probably less for this color. $17.99 to $47, $15 profit, 116,000 rank in the office supply category. I love flipping items like this. I don't flip a ton of this stuff. Like, I flip a good amount, but if you were to look at my Amazon store, it's probably less than 5% of my inventory would be like toner and ink. But if I see a good opportunity, I'll pick it up. And this was a nice flip right here. All right, let's get into a popular niche that I love flipping from eBay to Amazon, and that's toys. Here we have an action figure. You can see that this item was delivered on January 14th. No, purchased on the 14th and then delivered on the 16th. So this got delivered quick. My prep center's in Ohio, so maybe they were close or on the East Coast or whatever. Paid $35 for this. You can see in the top right-hand corner, I sold this for $89.99. Big shout out to Gia. If you look at my custom SKU, purchased it for $35, shipped it to Little Owl Prep on January 15th. For some reason, they always listed a day after, maybe because they're from the Philippines, so they're technically ahead of us. Big shout out to Gia, sourced it, flipped it for $89.99. If you take a look in the bottom right-hand corner, only 7 sales a month, not a sexy item. A lot of you guys are saying, show me the popular items, show me the items selling 100, 200, 300. What don't you guys understand? I can only share with you what I'm flipping. I fly under the radar. That's what I do. Doesn't mean I won't get kicked off Amazon one day, but I'm trying my best to mitigate the risk. If you don't have legitimate invoices, you got to fly underneath the radar. You can't be up there trying to compete with these Nike traditional online arbitrage wholesalers with invoices and selling items selling 1 million times a month. You're going to be gone in a flash. Why have I been able to survive doing eBay to Amazon for 4 years? Why have I been able to put over $250,000 profit in my pocket? Not gross sales. Gross sales is like 1.7 or close to $2 million in the last 3 or 4 years. I don't know the exact numbers. I know it's 1.3 million the last 2 years in gross sales, but I know I put over $250,000 profit in my pocket after paying my team, expenses, everything. Why? Because I'm flipping items that are flying under the radar. Am I telling you to do it? No. But again, I'll say it for the 3rd time in a row. I can only share what I'm doing. I know this sounds condescending, but it's like every single video, it's the same comments from people over and over and over again. And it's like, what do you want me to do? Okay. Do you want me to lie about what I'm doing? This is what I do. $30 profit. And you're probably thinking, why do you do this, Steve? $30 profit 88% ROI. These things flip fast. I'm not sharing. I have some items I could share with you that flip for 200% ROI, 300%, but I'm not sharing it. Why? Because I hate videos that I watch where people are just sharing the pie in the sky opportunities. Why would I share with you items that are really, really hard? These are bread and butter flips all day long. So $30 profit. I love stuff like this. I absolutely love it. And last but not least, rest in peace, Robin Williams, Comic Genius Deluxe set. It's a big DVD set. A lot of DVDs in here. Paid $104.63, a high ticket flip. Only 6 sales a month. Not sexy, not super popular. 50,000 rank in the DVD category. Paid $104, flipped it for $189. Don't believe me? Look at the invoice. It's right there. That's my actual order right there. You can see all the information. Bought on January 16th and sold, within probably about 5 or 6 weeks, maybe less after the check-in times. But 40% ROI, $42 profit. You guys, anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. If you're going to library sales and you're struggling to find enough books, use Replen Catcher. Start sourcing them on eBay. Yes, you're going to have to pay a little bit more money. You're not going to pay $1 for a book and flip it for 80. If I'm flipping an item for 150, I'm going to pay 60, 70, 80 bucks. This item right here, I actually paid more, 104 to 189, but I was able to flip that in, 4, 5, 6 weeks, whatever it comes out to, do the math, for 40% ROI. If you're struggling to find DVDs, eBay to Amazon, Replen Catcher. If you're struggling to find board games, I flip a lot of board games and puzzles or tools or electronics, used or new. I flip a lot of new just because I have a prep center, but you could find, we have a lot of people who use Replen Catcher who buy used items. I have a good friend of mine, Chrislyn. She runs a full-time business doing about 10K a month in her eBay to Amazon flipping business, all used electronics. I have a lot of people who use Replen Catcher, friends of mine who they don't sell anything new. They're not comfortable, and that's fine because, again, you have to do what's best for you. You have to do what you're most comfortable with. Just because you see me doing this doesn't mean you have to do it. Just because you see my friend Jeff flipping books and used books from the 1800s or early 1900s doesn't mean you have to do that. All because I'm flipping new doesn't mean you can't do used. Everybody has a different risk tolerance. Everybody has a different amount of capital they can invest. Some people are looking to be really safe and sleep at night and not be worried. If that's the case, maybe you want to do a business model where you've got those legit invoices and you're okay making 5% ROI, 10%, 15%. Maybe you're fine with investing $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 and reinvesting that money for 2-3 years and not paying yourself a dime to then ultimately maybe build a business that can pay you 6-figure salary. And then maybe 5 years after that, you could sell the company for a 2, 3, 4X multiplier, right? Everybody has different goals and dreams and ambitions. For me, with my business, I'm just trying to milk this cow as much as I can. Right? If I get kicked off, if something happens, it is what it is. I know I'll always find another opportunity. Now, I'm not trying to be a moron, although some of you guys probably think I am because I thrift and I do eBay to Amazon. You got a lot of people like smart asses doing traditional OA and wholesale. It makes it sound like all of us are crazy, but it's like I don't want to say I look at them like they're crazy, but I look at like I'm working a couple hours a month and I'm able to pay myself $130,000 for my $175K profit on $700,000 in sales. I'm able to outsource this whole entire business to virtual assistants who source for me on my behalf within Replen Catcher and then ship and drop ship those items to a prep center in Ohio. And I just have to manage it. And I have softwares that help me to source and manage my business like the E2A master sheet. And I don't have to I'm not even kidding, guys, in 2024. And it sounds like I'm like a douchebag or I'm bragging. That's not what I mean. It's like not the intention, but it's like, people are like, why do you do this, Steve? Like, why do you flip from eBay to Amazon? You could just thrift. You could pay so much less. I'm not in this business to work 50, 60, 70 hours a week. I get it. Everybody's at a different stage, but I've been doing this for over 10 years. I am looking for a business that generates cash flow with minimal amount of time. I'm looking for a business where I can take my capital that I've busted my freaking ass for over the last 10 years for anyone who's followed my journey, and I could get that money to work for me. And the cool thing with eBay to Amazon is you don't need sometimes I have $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 revolving. Right now it's less because things are a little slow, January, February, but I'll start to ramp up my spend as the year progresses. Not everybody has that, nor do you need to have that. When I first started, I was just revolving $500 and then $1,000. You got to understand, guys,
there's levels to this game. There's levels to selling on Amazon, and you could start eBay to Amazon or thrifting like on a budget and slowly build it up. But the point I'm trying to make is I am looking for a business where I can get my money to work for me and generate cash flow that I could then put into S&P 500, into crypto, into softwares that I'm building like Replen Catcher, different business ventures and opportunities. So that's me. Again, I'll say it for the 4th time in this video. I can only share what I do. If you guys are looking for a fake guru who's going to blow smoke up your you-know-what, go somewhere else. But if you want someone who's going to tell you how it is, a way that I'm making money that others can utilize as well. I've taught hundreds of people. Matter of fact, I have a very close inner circle of students of mine in the eBay to Amazon Masterclass and Reselling Freedom who are crushing it with this method. So, I'm happy. I don't need a million people to do it, nor do I need everybody to like me. But I'm just sharing what I'm doing, and maybe some of you guys will find value in this. If you do, let me know. If not, unsubscribe. But I wish everybody the best, and I'm going to finish my cold espresso now. Now it's a little bit warm, and I'm going to go about my day and keep those items flipping. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, show some love, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.